Hello folks, I'm just making a video on the liberal cult. I do believe that liberalism is a cult, the same as Heaven's Gate or Jim Jones, and I'm just going to go over some bullet points on why I think it's a cult and why I think it's a nuisance. So let's start by looking at um, say my religion, right? I am Christian. I'm kind to all people, despite race, background, and so on. But yeah, I do kind of prefer my own kind. And if it were up to me, and it certainly isn't, I would have make sure that the whites were able to breed, have big families, and be a lot stronger and more united as a people instead of all the masses of whites who are basically TV watching liberal zombies. So let's move in to the points. So first of all, yes, I'm a Christian, right? And Christians often they do evangelize, go around preaching and teaching and so on. But they can be a bit patronizing, like if someone says, "Oh, I don't believe," or whatever, they'll sort of give you a pat on the back and say, "Well, we'll pray for you anyway," and it's like, obviously, that's gonna upset people. I don't think that you need to beg people to come to Christianity. I am a Christian, and I can certainly tell you, uh, like what I think on that issue, but you know, I'm not going to force you, I'm not going to patronize you. There's no leaflet or bit of advice that I can give that will change someone who does not want to be Christian. So, in now let's flip that as in liberalism, which is the religion of the mainstream right now. There's even a hierarchy which goes down um, based on sex, sexual orientation, race, and so on. Um, and it's the same thing, you get these liberals who wet behind the ears, they just come out of college with a degree where they got paid someone in India to do all their essays for them, and they think they know it all. The teachers have told them diversity, vibrance is good, blah blah blah. And because these are the louder and less intelligent people, right? The quiet people are intelligent. Like, it creates the illusion that most people are like these morons, but to be honest, they're just the loudmouths, and the reason they do it is because their ego is more important to them the truth, because a lot of people just operate on the half truths, which is better than nothing. But it's like them, they do the same thing, although generally they're a bit more aggressive. Like Kristen Guru Murphy, when he interviewed Robert Downey Jr., he said that you had said that you are not a liberal. What do you mean by that? Now, if Robert Downey had taken the bait, he would have said, "No, I'm conservative." But the point is, yeah, it's just browbeating people, and just because it's liberalism doesn't make it any different. Um, you know, I'm not interested in it. It doesn't matter. And you get these idiots, especially like some like people in your family who you can tell are just not that bright. And they'll sort of smile and say, "Well, he'll probably pick it up one day." And there's no authority for this. This is my first bullet point, right? There is no authority for them to make these demands. They don't have evidence. They have biased pseudoscience. If you say anything so-called scientific that doesn't agree with the mainstream narrative, well, you're not much of a scientist anymore. So, they don't have any authority. They have their own authority. their own delusional divinity, which the worst liberals basically think they are God, or they've come down to tell God where he went wrong, wrong body as they call it. Um, just morons. They've got no authority. I've got the authority of the Word of God, and whether they recognize it or not, that is ultimately the way that this world will be governed, in heaven as in earth.